Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to make a video all about how I reconnect with myself. I feel like we all go through phases where we kind of don't feel like ourselves, or we're just a little bit lost, and that's what I've been going through for the past few months. Actually, I've just been feeling very confused. I've been very indecisive, just like not feeling myself, and I think because of that I became very negative and went into this whole self-hatred cycle, and now I'm finally at a point where I'm like, enough is enough. I'm gonna embrace this time where I feel lost and confused, because I feel like every time you feel that way, once you come out on the other side, you get to know a whole different part of yourself, or you realize something that you never even noticed before. So I think times like this are very necessary, but just sometimes, you know, it doesn't feel that great. So we can get into like this whole mindset of like, what's wrong with me? I need to get out of this. So the first thing that I try to do is just be patient with myself and just not be so hard on myself. I am like definitely my biggest critic. I tend to really see the bad sides of myself rather than the good ones, and I feel like a lot of us are this way, and that can lead to, you know, self-hatred and just feeling like you're not good enough and just not having faith in yourself that you can do certain things, and that you deserve certain things, and that's just like a very shitty place to be in. I feel like I'm the best version of myself when I truly feel like I am my own best friend and my biggest supporter, and above everything I take care of myself. And that's when I feel like the most me, the most, even the most feminine, the most successful, the most beautiful, like all of the things that make me feel good, that's when I feel that way, if that made any sense. So yeah, there are certain things that usually get me back to that place, or get me on the path back to that place. So I wanted to share them with you. Hopefully you can take this video as an inspiration, maybe make a list of things that you can maybe try out. Obviously this is my list, so it's not going to work for everyone, but hopefully it can inspire you to make your own little list and try things out that could maybe help you. So the first thing that I usually do is take a trip. So right now I'm in Prague, and I just felt like getting away from my day-to-day routine. It really helps me to see my life more objectively and see myself more objectively and figure out what is working and what isn't working, and like meet new people, experience a new culture, a new language. All of that kind of helps me to figure some stuff out that are going on in here and maybe aren't working, and figure out a new way to deal with the problems that I'm facing. And I know obviously not everyone is able to just leave and go to like a different country. I'm very blessed that I can do that, and it does really help me. But maybe you can just take like a short trip somewhere. It doesn't even have to be out of your country or out of your city. Maybe you can sleep over your grandma's house for 2 nights or something. Just anything that appeals to you, that will kind of get you out of your routine, even if it's just for 1 day. Another thing that is very simple and just something that really makes me feel like myself is to dance. Like just put on my favorite song in my room and just dance it out. Like there's usually a lot of frustration when I'm dealing with emotions like this, and dancing just really helps me to just release it all and just enjoy myself and my body. And obviously it doesn't have to be in front of anyone or in a group. Just put on your favorite song and just dance. You don't even have to look at yourself in the mirror, and try not to be judgmental about the way you're moving and what you're doing, if it's overly sexual, if it's weird, like just do whatever. Sometimes my dances look insane, sometimes they maybe look overly sexual, I don't know. I just move in the way that feels good to me, and I feel like I release so much crap and get back to my body and my energy and all that. I was a dancer growing up, so dancing is very natural to me, and so that's why it makes me feel more like myself, because it's something that's been a part of my life since I was little. So also yoga really helps me. It is again something that I don't see as a workout, because that doesn't usually help me when I'm in this state. Like going to the gym or going on an intense run usually doesn't help me because it feels like an escape, like I'm trying to get to a certain fitness level, or I'm trying to get my body to look different than it does now. It doesn't feel like reconnecting back with who I am and what I am in this moment, if you know what I mean. So dancing helps me and yoga helps me, because with yoga you just like, you're very present with your mind and with your body and with your emotions, so it helps you to be in the moment and reconnect. And so that's why I love yoga. The next thing is kind of getting inspired and motivated. Usually the most powerful inspiration comes from within. It doesn't come from an outside source, but sometimes when you're in these kind of not that pleasant times, it can be pretty hard to find inspiration and motivation. So reading usually really helps me. I have a few books that I love. So recently I've been reading this book. My sister's actually got it for me. It's called You Do You by Sarah Knight, and she's the author of The Life-Changing Magic of Not Giving a Fuck. And I love this book. It's a self-help book, which I'm not always a fan of because usually they can be kind of just not my thing. But this one I love because it's super realistic. She's really funny. She's not just saying one thing that everyone says in self-help books. I'm not even halfway through yet and I already love it, so maybe you can try this out if this is like your cup of tea. But yeah, I find myself laughing out loud. I think it's really funny. I really like her. So yeah. I'm also reading another one at the moment. It's called Inward by Young Pablo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And then I also like the She book by Tanya Merkel. Again, don't know. These two books are both poetry books, and they are all about self-care, self-love, and spirituality, which is my cup of tea. So I've been loving these two as well. The She book is one of the best books I've read this year. I just started Inward, so I don't have too much to say about it, but so far it's been helping me a lot, so I just wanted to share that. Another thing that always helps me is journaling. As you guys know, I feel like I mentioned writing or journaling in every single one of these videos, but it does really help me. So one of the lists that I love to make is a list of like negative either thoughts or patterns, habits that are really making me miserable at this time. And I try not to write too many, so just like 3 to 5 I feel like is a good number, just so it doesn't become overwhelming. And I just write down, for example, one of the thoughts could be, I hate my stomach, for example. So then I would find reasons why I love my stomach and flip that around, so to make it positive. So for example, for me, flipping that around could be, this can be different for everyone obviously, but for me it could be, I love my stomach, it's a part of my body, and my body is my home and my vessel, and it helps me to live this life and to express myself, and it's a safe place for me to be in. That can be like a way to flip it around. Just make sure you write something that is actually true to you. And then once you complete this list, every time a thought comes in that's like, I hate my stomach, you can then be like, okay, thank you for being here, thought, you're not welcome anymore. This is a loving and caring place for me to be in, and any self-hatred is not acceptable anymore. And then you can say the thing, the flip side of that negative thought, which is like, I love my stomach, it's a part of my body, and my body is my home and my vessel that helps me and keeps me safe, or whatever your reason is. That really helps me, because usually when I'm in this place, there's not that much going on externally that's making me miserable. It's usually just my mindset. And so flipping that around is amazing, and it's something that helps you long term, not just in this moment. Another list that I love to write is a leaving behind list. So again, this can be negative thoughts, this can be patterns, habits, people, like just anything that isn't working for you anymore and you feel like is in some way causing how you're feeling right now, which is like negative. Again, don't make it too long so it can be manageable to you. I also like to write more positive things as well, not just things that are not working and I'm not happy with, but also like reflecting, for example, on this past year, like what did I do that I loved, or what did I achieve? What obstacles did I overcome? Like anything that just makes me feel better about myself and makes me feel better about my life. Because a lot of the time when you get in this mindset, you just see everything as just horrible and nothing is working out and everything's a mess. So when you actually reflect on the good things, it makes you feel better, because you're like, well, yeah, I feel bad right now, but that doesn't mean that my whole life or my whole year or my whole month has been bad. It just means that right now I'm going through this, and it's obviously happening for a reason, and I'm gonna learn something from this, but it doesn't mean that I'm a terrible person or that my life is terrible. Another thing that really helps me is connecting with my creative side. So again, that can be dancing, that can be journaling, or just creative writing. It can be painting, drawing, working on my bullet journal. I feel like doing anything creative that I personally enjoy just makes me feel like I'm lost in the moment, because I like it so much, and it's that state of like the time kind of disappears and everything around you disappears. You're just connected with yourself and with what you're doing, and that to me is a beautiful feeling that makes me feel just myself. And then obviously another thing is just taking care of yourself, like physically. So that can be like a beauty routine, taking a bath, taking care of your skin, getting your nails done if that's important to you, just something like that. And the other thing is taking care of my health. So maybe that's making a cup of tea in the morning, making a healthy lunch, going for a walk outside, just anything that makes me feel like I'm actually taking care of myself, because it makes me feel like I am in control. Taking care of myself makes me feel powerful, and it makes me feel like I can make decisions for myself, and I'm not like a little powerless girl that doesn't have a say in what I want to do with my life and how I want to be treated and where I want to go. So that's why taking care of myself in any type of way, like this whole video is about taking care of yourself, really helps me. It makes me feel like I got this. This is my life. I am my own person. I have the power to do the things that I love to do and to live the life of my dreams. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful. I hope it inspired you to take care of yourself better and make this a very safe place, a home, to just be your biggest supporter, be your best friend, take care of yourself the best way that you can, because you will always have this. Like, this is something that won't leave you. It's always going to be here, and so it's very important to work on the relationship you have with yourself. And yeah, that's that. I'm gonna go. Have a great week, and I wish you good luck, and I'll see you soon. Bye. If you're ever feeling down, you should know you're not the only one, 'cause I feel it.